Saturday, the governor vetoed House Bill 495, a bill that overturns his executive order that banned so-called conversion therapy. That's the process of trying to convert LGBTQ minors to heterosexual. Beshear and other critics of conversion therapy call it a form of torture. Last night on Kentucky Tonight, our panelists discussed the measure as well as what to do about transgender prison inmates.
I believe Kentuckians were shocked when they found out that Governor Beshear was seeking to use our tax dollars to pay for transgender interventions in our prisons.
They not only weren't shocked, they didn't care.
They also were shocked to find out that our tax dollars are being used in Medicaid, and the numbers that we're hearing could be up to 10,000.
Respectfully, David, I began receiving Medicaid coverage under Governor Bevin.
Okay. Kentuckians do not want their tax dollars spent paying for something that's not possible.
As a reminder,
it is not possible to transition from a man to a woman, from a boy to a girl. So our tax dollars should not be paying for it. Thankfully, the
just
General
as a
Assembly
reminder, and David,
has already taken action to protect our kids. If adults would like to take part in those procedures, they are free to do so, but our tax dollars should not pay for it. And so I think most Kentuckians will be overwhelmingly enthusiastic about these two pieces of legislation, and I suspect if the governor does indeed veto both, you will see the General Assembly enthusiastically take action to protect our tax dollars.
Mr. Hart.
I'm sitting before you as a transgender Kentuckian, and you have your right to believe whatever you might want to believe about me, but you do not have the right to take away my access to the health care that saves my life and saves thousands of other lives because you don't understand me. How many transgender people have you reached out to when you discuss these issues?
I have close relationships with several detransitioners, and we've heard testimonies of how this issue has harmed people, both young and old. And so, and I'll just
Mr.
point
Walz,
back.
I would like to remind you that I myself am a detransitioner. I detransitioned when I was 18 years old because I was terrified and I was afraid because people like you come on these shows and you peddle these bad faith arguments to scare people who don't actually know a trans person into believing this monstrous language like what you use. The term mutilation is more at home in a discussion about horror films than it is in a discussion about serious public policy matters.
All you have to do is look at the surgeries and the children that have been harmed, the people that have been harmed. It is mutilating. And I'm just going to give a counterpoint again. You said we're not talking about transgender surgeries. This is the governor's memo right here. And there's a section that talks about an inmate in prison requesting a transgender specific surgery. So this is the context.
Did not receive.
This is the context of what we were talking about. And again,
the request is different from having received the surgery.
But the idea that the request wasn't made, it absolutely
Somebody
was.
in prison can also request to leave prison. That doesn't mean they get to.
Thank you both for being here with us on this morning. Also last night, a conversation about abortion and maternal health related legislation from the 2025 Kentucky General Assembly session. You can see more on both of those topics online on demand at ket.org/KY Tonight.